Welcome, welcome. This is Lel League, and we're looking at some 1v1s tonight. We have started a new thing called AoE 2 Duels, or Glove Slap, as some people like to call it. Let's see if we can find it. Saber. Are they already done? This might be premature. So what I wanted to look at tonight was Saber versus Gary's left foot. But I am not seeing the match, which might mean I missed it. It might be done already. Could be over already. They started about 40 minutes ago. Well, low elo. I don't know what it would be called. Well, this was maybe premature. Maybe they are already done for the night. Okay. Or they forgot to enable spectators. See if we can pull it off of AoE 2 Insights. Here we go. Hyper Random Nomad is the map. Save game. We're going to download this. All right. Well, bear with me a moment. While I download the match. Of course, now I know the outcome, but I will try to keep it to a surprise, keep it to myself. All right, so if you're watching live, give me a minute or two, and then I'm going to start watching it. And I will reintroduce everything so that I can clip it for YouTube after the fact, and there's not a bunch of dead space. But I'll be back in like 1 minute, and we'll start watching. All right, I'm going to post the feed or the stream to our Discord, and then I will introduce it. Sorry, I have no idea what this is even. All right. There we go. I'm going to copy, share. Copy. I don't have a fancy thumbnail because this started last minute. Okay. We're going to post to stream and video announcements. We're going to do that right there. All right. All right. Welcome, everyone. Today, first of all, LEL League is slowly wrapping up. We have a couple teams with a bunch of games left, and the rest should be done pretty quick. Here are the standings so far, as of now, and we hope to have this wrapped up in the next week or two. We have sort of, I don't think we made an official announcement, but we've pushed the deadline a couple weeks or so just to get it done. We wanted to make sure we could preserve as many players as possible, original from the beginning. But one way or another, we'll get it done. Even if we end up having to substitute players out, that's not our preference to wrap things up. One team has had to drop. These standings actually, I'm going to warn you, they aren't official right now because Terrapolis dropped and now they are partially, like, basically what I did is I forfeited their team, but what that does is it awards wins for any games they haven't played. But it seems a little unfair to me that the teams that were proactive in playing their games and happened to lose get a loss on the record when other teams might have lost if they'd actually played Terrapolis. So I feel like that's a spoiler effect by having them in for only part of the league. So I feel like the fairest thing to do is to just cancel out all their wins. Now, I'm streaming this. If you disagree with that, feel free to provide commentary one way or the other. This is a situation I guess I didn't have clear rules for. I feel like that's the cleanest way to go. It's really rough when you're playing a tournament and then a contestant basically just stops trying. I had that happen where someone will just be like, I don't really care. And they'll just kind of like throw the rest of their games. And you fought really hard for your win and a bunch of other people win really easily. Or you ended up losing and they all won. So I feel like that's not fair to some of the players. So anyway, let's get into the game. This is Gary's Left Foot versus Saber. We have started AoE 2 duels on our Discord in LEL League or in Low League. And we have the Glove Slap channel where you can challenge someone to a 1v1. And then we're going to spectate one now. I played one last night and I love it. It's been great. So let me just make sure that OBS picks up capture age. It looks like it is. Wonderful. All right, we have Hyper Random Nomad as the map. We have Gary's Left Foot playing the Woo, and LowAPMSaber playing as the Saracens. Now, LowAPMSaber, it looks like his elo is 1104. I would say that's probably pretty accurate. I did beat him 2-0 in a Bulgarian's mirror match about a month ago. Now, a player can improve in about a month, but I can tell you that I haven't changed in much in a month, and I don't think Saber has either. So I would say that I'm probably solidly 1150. I'm lower. I'm below 1150 right now, but I would say that that's where I comfortably can play. And Saber's not too far off, and I think actually had were we to play another match against each other, he could win it very easily. So I would say 1100 to 1150 would be his elo range. Gary's Left Foot is a solid player, but he favors closed maps, I would say. I don't know how accurate this elo of his is. I don't know how often he plays in 1v1s. 955, that looks to me like he maybe played one ranked 1v1 once ever in his life and hasn't played since. He tied with Zeus recently. He went 1-for-1. He won on Mega Random. Was it Mega Random? Oh, I cast the game. He lost on Socotra and he won on another map. I think it was maybe Arena. But now I am forgetting. Anyway, Maybe 1,000 elo is fair. I really don't know. So I would say Saber is favored on this matchup. Now let's take a look at the map a little bit. We have a very open map generation. We have wood, large wood lines, west, east, north, and south, with just these little baobab trees here in the center. Now they are 200 wood instead of 100 wood, so there's more wood here than it looks like, but not that much more wood. They're still just kind of very tiny wood lines. It's rough to have to put a lumber camp on that, but it's just what they're going to do. The berries are really close here. I don't know if this was a nomad start. I don't believe so. I think this was not, because it's too, yeah, they've got the resources around their town center. No, this was not nomad. Every time I think hyper random, I'm thinking hyper random nomad, but this was just hyper random. And Saber's putting down a mill now. He's got his lumber camp in the back. Here we have a lumber camp forward for Gary, and he is house walling. He's house walled out all these zebra, which is kind of rough. Taking the berries. Hunt is going to be faster. You should probably be taking hunt instead. He is ahead in terms of resources collected. He's at almost 800 here versus 700 for Saber. He is down one villager, though. If we look at exploration, LowAPMSaber's done a good job of exploring his the proximity around his town center. Not too many black holes there. If we look at Gary, doing about the same kind of job. So exploration is pretty close. Score right now is pretty close. Saracens, I would think we're going to see an archer rush. Woo, remind me what Woo do. What Woo do, right? They get the fire archers. They get the, what do they call this thing? The Giant Swordsman. Phosphru played, I just watched Phosphru playing Hera on Arabia, of course. And he had a very interesting strat using Woo. Yeah, military production buildings give extra food. Infantry regenerates HP. And, okay. Huh. No click up to feudal yet. We're at 2121. Are we going to see fast castles out of both of them? A lot of villagers on wood here. That makes sense for archers. Are we going to see villager... We're idling our TC. Are we idling just to go up? Okay, there's the click. So Saber's clicked up. Gary has not idled, or let's check idle TC. Gary has got 40 seconds of idle TC, and Saber's got 56 seconds. Gary's just okay. He is taking now his zebra, and he's almost finished his berries. And we're on to gold here. 3 villagers on gold. Yeah, I don't know how the Woo play Feudal Age. I know how they'll play Castle Age, but not Feudal Age. With regenerated infantry, I would think you'd go like Man-at-Arms. That would make sense to me. Resources collected, 2,100 to just under 2,000. So Saber has pulled ahead. Here's our barracks, and we're going to have an archery range any minute now, I presume. Putting this forward, probably going to create a bit of a wall here, egg walls, to protect his gold. Or that gold. It looks like this is not buildable terrain right here. I would want to put a second TC on this in Castle Age. Alright, Saber's up. He is positioned for archers, except he doesn't have a range up yet. He's got to get rush his range up. Barracks going up now for Gary. If this is a Man-at-Arms rush, it's going to be late. You want to start building your your town or barracks at about 60% on the way up to feudal age, to have it built in time to start producing. Except for Bulgarians, where you can start producing militia, and they'll immediately upgrade to Man-at-Arms. Actually, That's when you want to, that's the timing if you just need to get your archery range built. If you're going to go man-at-arms, ideally you'd be producing your militia on the way up and then upgrade man-at-arms. Okay, Gary has woodlined the tree clump over here. Saber has not done something like that yet. You could walk in here, put down a lumber camp and wall this. That would actually be nice. Although think of all the bumping. You can't do that here. Nor there. Yeah, you can do it here. So these two wood lines are a bit more forgiving for something like that. I might actually be able to get all the way in. Alright. Archers. Second archer range, we're going to go 2 archer production. 5 on gold. What's that? 14? 13 on wood? Actually, it should show me right here. 13 and 5, yeah. Alright, the archers are going forward. Gary is fast castling. You're gonna have to get some damage in. This is a vulnerable place to be, to have archers on you while you're going up to castle. You've invested a whole bunch in your advancement to castle age, and so you're a little bit vulnerable. There's not a lot you can do unless you can afford to create military. Skirmishers. We do have skirmishers being produced. I presume Saber's going to keep producing archers. Looks like he has 6 in total. Yeah. Do we have... We don't have fletching or armor here. Saber's got 7 archers and versus 3 skirms. I would want him to get, I think, fletching. Yeah, he's already got fletching. So he's got fletching. That'll help him. There's no armor yet on the skirms. And Gary's up to castle. I don't know why he garrisoned his skirms in the town center. Maybe to heal them up, but they're not going to do much use for him in there. All right, Gary's up. Is he going to... He doesn't have stone for a castle. He doesn't have resources for much here, so he's kind of... Oh, we have a Jean Swordsman. That must come from the barracks. Okay. This just shows my unfamiliarity with DLCs. We've towered the wood line for Gary in case this gets scouted, but I don't think Saber is even thinking about that. It would be a great place to hit. Instead, he's going to hit this wood line here with the archers. 1 villager goes down. What's the eco, Katie? Just 1. Single dead villager. And I'm actually looking over at Discord here. I still see Gary and Saber in voice chat, so I'm wondering if they're going to go for another 1v1 or if they're just playing some team games now. So the John Swordsman has high pierce. How much pierce does it have? 5 pierce. That is a lot of pierce. Let me think. Huskarl has 6 pierce. I think that's correct. I think it's 6 pierce. So those are tanky units, and now he's got the first upgrade that makes it 6 pierce. Yeah, you don't want to be making archers against that. I believe it's melee that they're weak. They got 70 hit points. That's a lot of hit points. 8 attack, but very little melee armor. So you have to go melee units against that. You aren't going to go archers against something like that. Saber's got a lot of archers, and he is almost up to castle here. All right. It looks like Gary wants to get into a castle. I expect to see the crossbow click as soon as Saber is castle age. If he can afford it, he should be able to. There's bodkin arrow. Yeah, good, good. And crossbow. It looks like he knows this build order pretty well. I know Saber has played Bulgarians pretty well in the past. He's played Romans pretty well. I haven't paid too much attention to all of his civs that he likes to play, though. All right. What are we gonna... We're seeing an engagement here. These are crossbows now. They've got bodkin arrow. They've got, what, 5+2. They're gonna wreck these feudal skirms. And the Gian swordsmen are gonna take, what, 2 damage? And with a volley like this, they should go down relatively quickly, but they are going to still tank a lot of arrows. But this eco is all vulnerable still. Only 235 gold or stone for Gary. It's going to take him quite a while. And yeah, here's the gimmick with Saracens, is they get the bonus attack versus buildings. That almost might be something to do, is to just camp around the build, like camp around his camp. Sorry guys, I'm tired. Just camp and kill houses and kill buildings. All right, here's the engagement. Oh yeah, look at that. It's gonna take like 3 or 4 volleys, and they're healing up. Look, okay, there we go. Okay, 3 volleys. 1, 2, and 3. Still, that's a lot of arrows. 1, 2. That was only 2. Maybe the elevation bonus there helped. I don't remember exactly how much that contributes. Oh, and we got a Scorp out. Yeah, I guess that deals melee damage, right? Here's our second TC for Gary on the wood line. Saber has opted for a TC on stone. I guess if you're on the offensive, you're not worried about a safe wood. Okay. Yeah. Maybe you can't get all the way in here, but... There's a lumber camp very close to where I suggested putting it. You really want to get into elite skirm if you're going to commit to skirms. We're getting bow saw. Double bit axe for Saber. Res collected. Saber has taken the lead. Yeah. He's got a military lead. Gary has the eco lead, which surprises me not at all. We are still a long way from a castle, though. So Gary is gonna be under pressure for a while. Yeah. Oh. So Saber now scouted this second base. And what does Gary know about the map? Not a ton. Another, yeah, you know, if you're just not getting enough stone for a castle, it's like a defensive tower is better than nothing, right? Because you're keep getting pushed off of your resources, so you've got to... Honestly, you can just camp the base of this tower, though. It's in range of the TC, which helps. It's going to be risky to do that, but if I'm going Archer Rush and someone puts a tower, I'll walk right underneath the tower like this. But that only works if it's out here, away from the town center. Even Vills, 46 to 46. Tons of idle TC time. That makes sense. Neither of them are really committed to a boom. They both have multiple TCs, but primarily that's just protection for villagers. Alright, we've got a mangonel, and we've got a handful of skirms. These need to be... Oh, they are elite. Okay, we do have elite. Somehow I missed that click, guys. Padded archer armor. You almost want to counterattack. Like, take some John Swordsman and just walk them over to his base. Well, two mangonels down for Saber. One for Gary. But that's a big ball of crossbows, so this is going to get progressively more difficult to deal with. Yeah, you need to... I did this in my game last night, is I just counterattacked. I was under pressure, but I knew I had to stop reacting and I had to act, right? Sometimes you have to go, well, I'm gonna have to make do without my army, and I'm sending my army. Don't always do that. Sometimes you actually have to protect your army. Often you have, or sorry, sometimes you have to protect your eco, and that's often the case. But if at all possible, it's good to try to counterattack. You're gonna lose this mangonel. Do we not have fletching? I guess I can just check up here. No, they both have bodkin arrow. I'm just surprised that mangonel lasts through so many volleys. Saber is now taking a commanding eco lead, and I'm expecting this game will go to him. I was kind of wanting to see him play Harya tonight, but Harya's not around to play. Well, that's not going to work. Oh, he backed off his skirms. Careful. Yeah, don't lose your army to this. Villagers are gonna rush down the mangonel. Oh, we have dueling castle drops. Except Gary has way more villagers, so he has the advantage. But where are you putting this castle? Where are you putting it? Oh boy. Okay, but Saber just runs forward his archers right now and just kills all these. Oh no. Oh, did he delete? I think he deleted. Yeah, he must have deleted. He almost lost a bunch of stone there. Yeah, that was a very, yeah, but now... Oh, no, this castle goes up with minimal casualties. Well done, Gary. Good job. I guess, yeah, the gold here is now safe. The wood is safe. This gold is safe-ish. So, that'll buy you some time. Just, the lead is huge, though, for Saber. He's, well, huge. 18 villagers up. 29 to 20, or 29 to 2 military count. Putting down a third TC now on wood. And, still just producing archers. All in on the crossbows. So what does this castle do? It applies pressure. It denies this stone. It doesn't deny this gold, but it does make it dicey to take. And start producing Mamluks on the front. We have a click to imp, so it's also where we're going to start producing our trebs. To start trebbing down Gary's base. We have fire archers. These things are annoying. I hate dealing with them. So he could start attacking this castle with fire archers, I believe. I think they have the range to outrange a castle. 5 plus 6 range. I think it's 5 range normally, and then 11 range against buildings. I think that's how I'm reading that. Even though normally I would just read that as being... I don't know. I don't know, guys. Oh no, attack of the snakes. Huh. That's a terrible lumber camp position. Ideally you stick it there, or maybe there. Right here on the tip of the wood line. Or, yeah, it's not great, but whatever. At this point in the game, it doesn't matter. Eco's still not a huge lead. Military. But if Saber were to just lose this military, this game would be a lot closer. All right, I like this. Gary is counterattacking now. Okay, when they're in this mode, yeah, it still just says 5+6, so I don't know. What kind of damage output do they have? So attack parameters. 4 against buildings. 5+2 pierce. I don't know. All right, Saber's imp. We should be seeing Trevs if he can afford them. He cannot. There, now he can. Huh. All right, I'm missing some action here. Now, I think these fire archers will die to crossbow. Oh, yeah, and there go the Scorps, too. Oh, yeah. Oh, and, okay, so he invested in Arb instead of going for a Treb. Oh, no, wait. I don't actually know what Arb costs. I think it probably costs food and gold, so they're probably mutually exclusive upgrades, except for the gold cost. And we've got another castle drop on the secondary camp. I'm going to fast forward a little bit because I think we're just looking at mop up. Oh, we got a ram push. We do have a ram push. Thinking better of this castle. Oh, is the bonus also against siege? Or is that just the difference of Arb versus battering ram? Alright, yeah, that didn't go anywhere. Oh. We're walking into the tower fire. Doing a bit of a dance. Alright. Excitement over. Speed forward. What was that? Take your time. I think it's GG anyhow. But I'll keep going for a bit longer. Alright. So we probably are going to see the GG. Pretty quick here. Yeah, whenever you see this 2x score, it's a pretty good sign that you can probably resign. Not like it's a rule, it's just generally what I have observed. By that point, you're not coming back. Yeah, good game. All right, yep. That would be what I would expect, especially because it wasn't a closed map. On a closed map, maybe something a bit more competitive. All right. It's getting late for me, so I'm probably not going to do much more. I'm gonna turn off the standings for a second here. We'll just see if they are in another game. If they are, we'll see what I'm feeling like. No luck. Oh, spectate, sorry. Doing the wrong thing here. All right, well, I guess that's it for this one. I'll catch you next time.